Welcome to Las Vegas. We are in the entertainment capital of the world. It's time for Big Three basketball inside Orleans Arena. Season 4 of the Big Three tips off today as Power takes on the enemies. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner, Jim Jackson. Season 4.
I'm here.
Ready to get it on, man.
Come on. You know what? We're so blessed to be able to be a part of this from the beginning, to see the growth, to see the challenges, but to see the longevity is what I think more important. So I'm so excited right now. Never enough basketball.
All right, let's get right to the lineups here, and let's start here with the games we got. We got Power taking on enemies, and let's start here with the enemies. They got, look, a new coach and some new faces.
Well, Gilbert Arenas transitioning over to the coaching staff, but then Nick Young, we know what he brings to the table in regards to excitement, personality, game-wise. He's going to give you a little something else to us, too. So this is going to be very interesting right now for enemies to see how the transition happens.
All right, and then of course, for the enemies, they'll be taking on Power. And Power were the Season 2 champions. Listen, they've got some new members here.
Yep.
Obviously, the same coach, Katina Mobley, the captain, is still around. What do you think about Power?
Well, Big Baby Davis was the personality not there, but Nancy Lieberman holding it down. Joe Alexander, Derek Byers is over. He's been in the league now, maybe a little bit more comfortable. Royce White can give it to you. Looks in outstanding shape right now, and of course, my young old head, which is Katina Mobley, still can give you buckets.
That's our roster breakdown. It's brought to you by PNC Bank. Let's go to the third member of our team, John Sally, and he's with the captain of Power, Katina Mobley.
Got Royce White, right? I got some young guys, so we'll have some fun.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to get going.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
All right, you look ready.
My
Very.
guy.
All right. I wasn't. I put
John Sally.
See how different that was?
Yeah.
Last year with Mike Rappaport and Katina, keep saying last year, 2 years ago. They always went at it.
Always.
In the interview.
Always. Agent Zero now.
Yeah.
A head coach.
I know, but you know what, though? It's interesting, too. Him and Steven Jackson going from playing to coach. They got a good year or two just under their belts to see how the league is, and now they want to transfer that over. And I'm my girl right there.
Nancy Lieberman, the Hall of Famer.
One of the best to ever do it.
She said the great thing about Power is, she said, listen, we got younger, but, we lose Corey Maggette, who was an MVP.
Yeah.
We lost Birdman, who was a Defensive Player of the Year. So she said that we lost some key members of this.
Yeah.
Big Baby's got COVID.
Well, but you have personalities, too. Now, guys who played their role. Corey Maggette, you think about it, he was MVP, leading scorer when they won, in the second year. So, and Big Baby gave you energy. Birdman gave you a lot of energy. So it's going to be interesting to see how these new pieces fit right in for Nancy Lieberman and Power.
So Power and the enemies. And right off the gate, Isaiah Austin, one of the newest members of the Big Three, scores the first 2 points.
Isaiah Austin, welcome to the league, my man. Welcome to the league.
Here's Royce White playing against his former squad, and his shot is blocked. Austin with the rejection again. You've got to take it back. They have to fix the shot clock.
Well, you go back, Isaiah Austin at 7-1, able to double down right here. Royce White thought he had the advantage inside, and this is a big squad, 7-1. Isaiah, Perry Jones is 6'11".
First shot by Austin's no good. Here's the Cat for 3. Count it.
I told you, bucket getter, professional. You know what's going to be interesting because you haven't had a lot of the practice time and coordination. It takes a minute to kind of get accustomed to your teammates and what plays you want to run. So we'll keep our eye on how well, especially when you have new faces, they're able to blend together.
Here's Austin. That's off. Again, first team to 25, we go to the half. First team to 50 wins it. You got to win by 2. Royce White pulls up That one rolls off, but it got his own board. Abdo, one of the newest members of Power. Here's Perry Jones. He's the co-captain of the enemies. Fall away. You got to put a hand in this man's face.
Come on.
You can't
Come on.
give him that.
And Cat Daddy just walked into that. You know what's interesting about the lineup right here? You don't have a conventional point guard, so you're not going to have the conventional pick and roll to try to get some mismatches a little bit more. So let's keep our eye on how the ball will move. We're not having a traditional kind of point guard in the fold for either squad.
Here's Swaggy P. He thought about it. 5 on the shot clock. Austin tried to body it up. Abdo puts it right back up and in.
Yeah, that time Royce White had to come and tell Abdo, listen, there was an air ball.
Yep.
You don't have to take it back. You don't have to clear it. Now just take it back up. But excellent defense by White, even though he was giving up size on Austin.
8-2 the score here. Here's Swaggy P in his bag.
Cat playing a little defense right there. Perry Jones from the corner knocking down that.
Perry Jones for 3. 8-5 now. And again, first team to 25, we go to the half. White gets the screen to Mobley. And he's bumped by Nick Young.
I tell you what, talking to these players, how excited they are of kind of being back in the fold. Like everybody went through the pandemic and things got set back. Wasn't a normal year for a lot of people. But now to be back in the arena, back on the court, back competing, you can kind of see that spark in the players' eyes.
White drops it off to Abdo. Little jump hook. Left it short. Austin to follow, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It's Power basketball. Now they're going to discuss it because the enemies thought it was their basketball.
Okay, look at the shot clock too.
Here's the Cat. Again, open jumper.
Too easy.
Oh, man.
Easy money for Cat. Now, Cat inside, whether that's a 15-foot pull-up, because you know he can get to a spot. That was one of the things during their championship run. Cat was able, in late-game situations in particular, to pinpoint his spots on the court, not only get there, but convert.
Austin rocks the rim.
I mean, not 7 foot right there, but between the legs, able to get Abdo right there. Look, that's a guard move right there. Give me that right there. Big fella throwing it down.
And one. So here's Isaiah Austin. First season here in the Big Three. Of course, he was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome and got medically cleared, though, to play basketball in 2016.
He had to be, I think he and Perry had to be excited for their Baylor basketball squad for winning the national championship this year. They had to be off the hook for that.
Let me tell you something, the Cat's jumper is pretty.
No, it's wet.
Man,
It's wet.
and that too. Season 4 of the Big Three off and running. And it's Power with the early lead on the enemies. Hey, get your fantasy lineup in for the last game today by going to big3superdraft.com to play today. In Vegas, season 4 of the Big Three, and Isaiah Austin was the #1 pick in the Big Three draft by the enemies.
The enemies select Isaiah Austin.
Kind of feels like I'm getting drafted into the NBA.
And right now, his enemy squad down by 5 to Power.
Yeah, Isaiah played 1 year in 2019 in China, averaged about 16 points, 8 rebounds. Has a great skill set for his size.
Perry Jones knocks down the free throw, and now it's a 3-point lead for Power.
And keep in mind, first team to 25 gets us to our halftime break.
Joe Alexander has checked in for Power. He's one of the new members of Power. He's driving on Jones, lays it right up and in.
See, that's how you make your marks. Come in the game, get a little isolation up top. Joe able to put a little inside-out move, finish underneath a taller opponent.
When Nancy Lieberman was coaching in the NBA D-League, Joe Alexander was the first pick for her team.
Well, but you know what, though? Teams, the captains, coaches, they kind of, when you draft, you kind of go for the guys that you know and have familiarity with, maybe coached with. That way you have some kind of continuity already established as you enter into the season.
For 4, the Cat. Got it! Cuttino Mobley, professional score.
I mean, some dudes just didn't know how to put it in the basket. Cat has always been like that. Even back in our days, I was blessed to play with him at the Houston Rockets. And again, all you had to do is have a foot, a toenail, touch that 4-point circle, and that gives you an opportunity to knock it in and count a cash. One more.
And follows up his shot and lays it in. The Cat.
You know what's amazing too? Cat had the heart issue that kind of shortened his playing career, even though he played a long time. But yet and still, he figured it out, got the right treatments, and continued to play. Whether that was pickup ball, in LA, and now in the 4th season with the Big Three.
Austin knocks down that jumper. 21-14 the score. Power 4 points away from the half. And here's Cuttino Mobley to White. That one's short. White to Alexander again, and he knocks that one down.
Nice penetration that time by Royce White to get Alexander an open look. I mean, that's the thing too. When you're playing 3-on-3, you got to cover more of the court. You don't have that 4th and 5th guy that are in those rotations. So if you keep it spread, and Royce White picking up the 5, you keep the court spread, you're going to get some open looks. In particular, when you get down low, and then. But it's just some dudes, it doesn't matter. If it's 5-on-5, 3-on-3, 1-on, it don't matter. It's going to get buckets, and that's Cuttino Mobley early and often, whether it's behind the 3-point line, it's patting and pull up, or maybe touch it up a little bit and give you 4 of these.
Mr. Graybeard, 17 of the 23 of Power's points. And Swaggy P, Nick Young will shoot 1 for 3. He'll shoot it from the top.
Yeah, again, if you get fouled shooting a 3-point shot, you step up at the 3-point line. If you knock it in, you get 3 points for it, same as if it's a 2-point shot. And more importantly, if it's a 4-point shot, you get fouled on 1 shot to get a chance at knocking a 4-point play, 2 or 3.
Derek Byers is checked in for Power. Power just a bucket away from the half. And here's Royce White, spins, and he'll go to the line. Of course, Royce White playing against his former squad. He played with the enemies in season 3 of the Big Three.
Yeah, but I like that too, though. Nancy Lieberman posting up White. Jordan Hill just comes in the game. Royce White is already lathered up. Why not try to exploit that? And as you do that, now you pick up a foul. You put Royce White to the line. So now here it is. Talk to him.
About bring the fire. They're going to challenge this. They challenge it, so you get one challenge here, and you can go one-on-one. And if he scores it, get the ball, right?
Keep the ball, but also I think you get a chance, and we're going to confirm this. You get another one if they win that. If they win it. So you get a chance to maintain that. I like this.
Royce White lays it in, and we go to the half. So you can challenge it. Each coach gets one challenge a half. Royce White goes one-on-one, lays it in, and we go to the half with power. Up 25-14 over the enemy. 25-14, that's our score at the half.
The Big Three on CBS Sports is sponsored by SuperDraft. The Big Three on CBS Sports is sponsored by SuperDraft, the official fantasy partner of the Big Three. Play now at Big3Superdraft.com.
Welcome back to Las Vegas at the half. Power up 25-14 on the enemies. Let's go to the third member of our team, Spider John Sally with Isaiah Austin.
Isaiah Austin, I told you before the game, I've never looked up at somebody that played. Like, I just can't believe the moves you're doing. And you got back, you went to China. You going through your legs, dunking on people. What's in your head?
Man, I'm just trying to show people that I got the whole package. You know, it's my first time playing in the States since being diagnosed with Marfan syndrome other than TBT. You know, so I'm just out here enjoying my time.
Well, I am jealous that no one let me dribble and shoot whenever I wanted.
Yeah, we good. Yeah, we good.
Hey, man, Gil a cool coach, man. He let me play however I want to play.
Get it done. See you later.
All right, John, and thank you, Isaiah. Of course, Cuttino Mobley was the story of the first half. You know, the Cat made his first 5 shots. He's 5 of 6 from the field, 17 of the points of the 25 from power came from that man, the captain, Cuttino Mobley. Again, first team to 50. Wins it, you gotta win by 2. Here's the Cat, pulls up. That one's short. Isaiah Stewart to Jordan Hill.
Stewart out of USC. Co-captain, able to pull up for a nice little shot. That's how you want to. Halftime sometimes, you know, it's not long. Trying to create some momentum. That time, Stewart able to knock in the 3 right off the bat.
Here's Cat. Royce White spins in the land of trees. Another look at Isaiah Stewart's 3 as he banked that one in.
Yeah, 2018 played 21 games in the G League. 31 games in the G League, averaged about 3 points, but creating mismatches is what it's all about. And the pick and roll allows Royce White to get a smaller opponent, which is Stewart, on him in the post, and then he made a quick move before the double team was able to get there, able to pick up the foul.
10-point lead for Power. Here's Austin. Uses the left hand.
Hey, listen, he said he wanted to show his versatility. We saw him put it on the deck between the legs with the dunk that time. Again, with the left hand, able to finish in traffic over a defender. Definitely see the multitude of skills he has in his game.
Royce White. He thought that one was going to go, but rolls out. They'll remain with Power. They'll inbound. Here's White again, working on Austin. Jab step. That one's short. Austin, fade, got it. Isaiah Austin. Six-point lead. Alexander lost it, right to the Cat. Mobley fades, off the mark. Good ball movement. That one rolled out for Mobley, who was red hot in the first half. Oh, gets the roll with Isaiah Stewart.
Isaiah said, give me a little bump too on that one.
Like,
come on, give me a little bump. Now, I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, the first year in this league was very physical. Remember how physical.
Right.
They got a chance to clean it up a little bit year 2 and year 3, but you'll see a lot more contact in 3-on-3 in the big 3 than you normally would see, in particular from the NBA. The rules don't apply in regards to freedom of movement as much here as it does in the league.
Abdo will check in. Alexander will get a rest. Three-point lead. Enemies on a 7-0 run. Here's Doe. They'll go back to Royce White. Cat off a screen. For 3. Again, first team to 50. Wins it, you got to win by 2. Oh, Austin, that was blocked by Doe.
That time, Doe, he's able to stay with him, but Austin tried to sneak him up underneath him to try to get a quick shot inside, but Abdul able to slide his feet and then use his length, that time left hand, to take away 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Austin again. And again uses that left hand, and he'll go to the free throw line.
In this, what you want to do is get yourself to the free throw line as much as possible, and 3-on-3. And that time you do that just by putting pressure on the paint at the rim, forcing guys to have to guard you one-on-one, initiate some contact, pick up the foul.
Knocks down the free throw. 4-point lead now for Power. You know, we asked social media people to submit messages to us. We will read them during the game. Thank you to all the fans who participated. First shout out goes to Dee Buford, who hit us up on Facebook. She says, DJ and Jordan, Mommy loves you very much. We appreciate you. Two-point lead now for Power. The enemies are coming.
It took a minute for the enemies to kind of find their rhythm, but you see right there.
Oh, they got it now.
Oh, well, nice dribble drive by Stewart. Able to get Jordan Hill a nice little basket.
We're all tied up at 30. Power had a 7-point lead, but Isaiah Austin has powered the enemies back, and we're tied up here at 30.
And you always talk about energy, starting the half off focus, and that's what the enemies were able to do.
Hey, tonight on CBS, it's another Superstar Saturday night. The Camping World SRX Series with some of the world's best drivers racing on the world's fastest quarter-mile oval. It's at Slinger Speedway in Wisconsin, and the green flag flies for the Camping World SRX Series. That's tonight, 8 Eastern on CBS.
8-0, making some adjustments at a halftime.
One of the biggest, get the ball to Isaiah Austin. 15 points. 15 of that 30 came from Isaiah Austin.
But you know, also too, it's not just doing it one-on-one. It's like pass it, get it to the weak side, and then go. Because what happens is the defense is not just locked in because they're moving and rotating too. That allows Austin to use that skill set to go one-on-one to be able to create those opportunities to get himself to the basket or pick up a foul.
You know, in 2019, listen, the enemy started 3-1.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, the final 4 games, they fell off. You know, these guys played back in 2019, and the enemies, you know, lost to Power 50-41.
Travel.
Oh.
Did he get away with it?
He did.
He did.
He did.
Oh, yeah. He hopped into it a little bit. But, you know, Gilbert, too, not being healthy, hurt the squad as well. You talk about injuries all the time right there. A little travel. But it's not a travel if the official don't call.
Don't call it. That's what I was going to say. They don't call it. It's not a travel. Missed that free throw. Enemies on a 16-5 run here of late. The Cat puts an end to that. 3-point lead for Power.
The Cat got the old school poke in the belly move right there he got Elijah Stewart got the worst of this. Now watch Cat right here at the end. We used to do this all the time right there. When the shot is up, just a little pop in the belly. That's old school right there, look.
A little body shot. Just a body shot.
I just want to touch you up, just feel you just a little bit to make sure you know I'm here.
Cat's got 23 points. Here's Derek Byers. Behind the back to Abdo. Line drive, misses. Enemies will inbound. Here's Austin. And good. 17 points now for Austin. 1-point lead for Power. First team to 50 wins it. White. Bully ball now. He'll go back to the line where he's lived at this game.
Well, I mean, but he's smart. I mean, Royce can step out and shoot it, but his strength is using that big body, quick moves inside to touch the paint a bit and then pick up foul. Now, again, you want to control the free throw line. I think teams that can do that, and the Triplets did an outstanding job of doing that last year, of controlling the free throw line in their favor.
And again, White misses the free throw. Oh, threw it away nearly. It was Nick Wright, Nick Young. And here's Austin for 4. Followed by Stewart, no. Power clears it. Byers pull up. Good fake. Abdo with 3 on the shot clock. Swaggy for 4. They'll call that one on Byers.
Long shots, long rebounds. That time Austin able to get that body, big body, right in front of Byers. And you see right here, Byers, instead of trying to put a body on Austin, he was attempting to jump up and grab the defensive rebound, but size 1 on that one, B.
1 point lead for Power. Byers gave him a little shoulder shiver. And count the basket and 1 by Stewart.
Young fella, stay with it. Anytime Stewart able to pick it back up right here. Look at the balance and the soft touch. Byers can't believe it, but and stay with it, pick it up. A little horse shot right there you can make. Couldn't complete the 3-point play there.
1 point lead now for the enemies. Here's Royce.
It is.
Bullies his way to the bucket. Power retakes the lead. Here's Stu. Swaggy P with 5 on the shot clock. Step back 3, short. Put it up.
Put it up.
Royce White does just that. And we got another timeout. 3-point lead for Power. Make sure you hit us up on social media at Big3 on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll shout you out. More action when we come back here on CBS. Hey, tomorrow, the real fun and games begin as the new Islanders face the first elimination. Who will go home first in a new season of Love Island? That's tomorrow on 9/8 Central on CBS. Spider Sally, who you got?
Which is my favorite. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so good to see. It's so great to see you, John.
Thank you. Well, I'm just sitting around. You had a lead. You could have just blew this out. Game would have been over. We could have left. You let them catch up.
It's a competitive league, and there's a lot of great shot makers here. So we just have to continue to play hard and take this thing to 50 points, right?
All right.
And I want to say hi to my friend George James. I hope you're feeling better.
All right. Shout out to George James.
Sal.
Shout out to both of you.
Can I give a shout out to my man, my vet? I've been knowing John since I was 17. He was trying to get me to go to Georgia Tech back in the day.
Really?
And of course, his outstanding acting career, twice in Bad Boys.
Yes.
You know, how can I get a role like that? But didn't it fit him perfect, though?
It did.
You know?
It did. He's a character.
He is a character, but, you know, been in TV for years, and for him to be a part of it, too, I mean, it's awesome. My old head.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah.
Again, you can hit the Big Three up on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll shout you out. Like Sean Williams on Facebook, who says, Big Three is family and we cannot be stopped. He's right. As Isaiah Austin and Royce White have a few words with one another. I love the intensity of this game, man. I love it.
But guys are competitive.
Yeah.
They think that, okay, you'll come out, play 3-on-3, and, you know, what adds to it is you see a shot clock violation, not paying attention. One, you got fans, so you're playing in front of people.
Yep.
The second component is playing on national TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to be embarrassed? Nobody. I don't care what it is. So, guys, you know, at the beginning you think, but you take it serious. Like right here, Joe. Look, let me show you a little something right now, what I can do, you know, on the court. And that's the beauty about how this league has grown so much from year one down to year 4.
5-point lead now for Power. Perry Jones, fall away. That's wet. Perry Jones. These two go back and forth again. These teams played back in 2019, and Power won it by 9. 3-point lead here. First team to 50 wins. You got to win by 2. Alexander again. Spins, fades, got it. Joe Alexander. Power 9 points away from victory. They were the season 2 champions of the Big Three. Here's Austin now. Slapped away by the Cat. This dude is just a basketball player, man.
No, Cat Daddy's everywhere, man. You know, you're going to give up height, but Cat is very good at it. I mean, during his career, when guys would try to post him up, you see Isaiah Austin right there, able to, again, stretch it out. Nice little 15-foot jump shot. But Cat, during his playing career, that was one of his big things. So you can try to post me up, big man. Don't bring the ball down, because if you do, I'm going to influence it by swiping it away.
Alexander again, and that one nothing but net. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe.
I said he's not the only Joe in this league that can put the buckets, right?
Right.
Is that it?
You're right. That went too hard. Royce White trying to get his get back. Spin. Oh, he hooked him, though. Yeah. He hooked him.
No big boy basketball, but right here, Royce got a little too anxious. Nah, he got him.
Yeah.
He threw him off enough, and Royce is saying it.
Here's Stu. Step back 3, short. And a foul by Cuttino Mobley.
Got him at the end right there on the contest. Well, how many times have we seen, B, you kind of late a little bit, you lunge out at your opponent, and you end up getting contact. A lot of players, the watch Cat, he wants to try to get to the side of Stewart so he doesn't foul him. But that time the arm into the body of Stewart caused that contact. And again, one shot, top of the key.
For 3.
For 3.
Enemies save it. Here's Austin. Look at the handle. Look at the handle by the big man. Look at the handle by the big man.
That's why he's the #1 pick.
That's the #1 pick in the draft, Isaiah Austin.
When you think about the skill set of bigs in the league right now, and you look at Austin and what he was able to do. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that it's automatic, but I do believe if Isaiah Austin plays like this, some leagues, some executives will look at that and say, hey, maybe he may be a fit for us on our roster in the league.
Tied up at 43, Royce White, count it, and one.
The league and the way the game is perfect for a guy like Austin who can, again, attack in space and then the ability to step out at 7-1. Think about the pick and pop game that's so relevant in the league. Royce right now, he would give Power a 3-point lead.
3-point lead for Power. 4 points away from victory. And tomorrow night, the new season of Big Brother has the house guests taking the biggest risks for the biggest reward in Big Brother history. Big Brother, it's new tomorrow on CBS. Power being powered by Gaetano Mobley and Joe Alexander. Mobley with 23, Alexander's got 10. And right now, 3-point lead over the enemy.
Well, but it goes back. Nancy Lieberman, relationship with Joe Alexander. Knew him, knew he could add value. Now you see that value, you know, making a dent and paying dividends right now. Now, they still have to finish this thing out. You know, get a defensive stop. Now sit yourself up. Either you take the 3 to win it, or maybe you do it the old-fashioned way, get an and one. We've seen that before where teams have won it with a free throw at the end.
Here's Austin. He's got 24. He's the game-high scorer. He wants it back.
Why not?
And it looks like he got hit. Ball, continue playing. They were like, look, you're going to put it up and in. Mobley knocks down the 3. Isaiah Austin got smacked in the face. There was no foul called. They were telling Alexander, you can put it up and in. There was no foul called. Lay it in. But Power just a point away from victory.
Again, you got to win by 2. Some teams would have drawn up a play if you're up enough to maybe try a 4-point shot to see if you can end it that way. That time, Tripp was able to get it, and he missed it.
Here's Alexander for the win. Blocked. Swaggy Pete thought about the 4. Stewart for 3. Got it.
Well, now look at the lineup. 2 guards for the enemies. Gilbert Arenas said, listen, we're going to go small right here when they give up something, but we had 3-point shooting around the perimeter going right into Royce White to see if he could take advantage of his size and trim on Nick Young.
Point game coming. And Royce White will go to the line. Oh, look at Gilbert Arenas. He wants to challenge again. Bring the fire. That means Royce White's got to go one-on-one. So Royce White against Swaggy P. This is for the game.
Well, see, that's part of the strategy, too. When to use it. Okay, so if you bring the fire, Royce doesn't score. Now you get that possession back to you, and you don't give up the point, or more importantly, Royce would have been to the free throw line without that rule. He could have won the game.
Here we go, bringing the fire. Royce. And because of the foul, that's it. Royce White wins it because he fouled.
That's how you've got to play. So it puts emphasis on playing outstanding one-on-one defense without foul.
Yep.
And that's the importance of the rule. Yes, it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
So the offensive player can now go, but the defensive player has to be smart in regards to just forcing the offensive player to take a tough, contested shot. That time, at the end, Swaggy P reaches down, picks up the foul. Royce White and Power walk away with the first dub of the day.
And Royce White gets some get back on his former team. And our John Sally is with Royce White right now.
Okay, we're sitting here. Royce.
Back up a little.
Royce.
There you go, right there.
Okay, that's your shirt?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Free the Uyghurs, 2 million ethnic minorities in East Turkestan, China, in concentration camps. Something we got to talk about. You know I'm always going to talk about the real things.
Okay.
Free the Uyghurs.
All right, now we got that.
Yep.
We're going to talk about it. And let's talk about your really big-time bully ball. You did it big.
Way to go, baby. Way to go.
I'm confident in these guys. I'm confident in our team. I'm confident in Nancy. I really want to try and get Catino involved early, so I was looking to pass a little bit more. He was going to work. I have no selfish bones in my body. If he would have scored all 50, I'd have been happy sitting back in a row. He got a little tired. He's still working on his conditioning, so I knew I had to take over and get some independent buckets. We talked about that. And, my touch is a little off. The ball is new. But at the end of the day, the bully is the bully.
Was that 2 excuses in one sentence? Okay, now let's talk about Isaiah Austin. The kid is great.
Yeah. I like Isaiah Austin, man.
Try to get in his head.
I was in his head. I was in his head. He scored well. What Gilbert and them try to do is go away from my matchup. So whoever I wasn't guarding, that's who they try to go at. If Isaiah and I would have went head-to-head the whole game, been a different story because I'd out-physical him and been in his head. But all due respect, I love Isaiah Austin. I think he should have had a chance in the NBA. I still think he could play in the NBA. I love him to death. I'm going to go find him right now and tell him I got number love for him.
Well, he's going to be a star in Fireball.
Yep.
Way to go, brother.
Free the Uyghurs.
All right. You heard it.
Yes. Got to free him, John. You got to free him.
Got to free him.
You heard John said, tell him, come on, man.
I'm free.
So here we go again. Every coach gets a challenge each half on Bring the Fire. Gilbert Arenas won the challenge at an initial foul call on Royce White. So now you can go one-on-one. But as a defensive player, you can't foul again. Otherwise, you give up the point, and that's what happened with Swaggy P.
Again, a creative rule in the Big Three, so it played out for Power.
And that's the game. Power wins game 1 over the enemies. Stay tuned. Our next game, Bivouac against Triplets, as we return to Las Vegas right after these messages.